Hey, what's going on everyone? It's me, Jamerson, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be, checking out the recent chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 260. If you need a recap of the last chapter, you can check out my last video and like here in the one of the little windows here that you'll see on the video. But we pretty much, to give a quick recap on this video. The last chapter was really good. Basically we lost a goat, a Chozo, rest in peace, one of the best brothers in anime history. Like it just as good as the Itachi from Naruto. But we also see the return of your boy, the other brother from another mother, Toto. And we see that Toto has been in the background. Boogie Woogie is alive, and now we also got some information about Sukuna and the way that his kitchen, his furnace ability or fire arrow ability, Fuga, works. Turns out it's just like an extension of the shrine domain expansion, which is definitely pretty cool. But where we last left off is Yuji and Toto, heading straight up against Sukuna, who is left in a state where he can't really use his technique. So let's get right into it. If you want to see more of this stuff, please give a like, comment, subscribe, all that usual BS. Appreciate you guys for watching. Let's get started with the review. Alright, so first page. First page. See a picture of Toto with, his new arm, and it's called Boogie Woogie, and his left arm has been replaced with a percussion instrument called a vibra slapped. Hopefully I pronounced that. A very interesting choice for Toto to later, and it'll eventually make sense once we progress into later in the chapters. But basically, it's basically to strike the ball using the metal teeth within the wooden box to oscillate wildly, producing a sarcastic sound. It's a little bit goofy, but I feel like this kind of works with Toto, with this character. Toto is definitely I don't know, even though he's kind of like a silly character in my opinion, but I still think that he's still a pretty dope character. Like Toto's like one of those characters where like he can be silly at times. I could totally say that at times, especially with his idol being old girl. He having like a thing for like his idol. And then his relationship with Yuji is kind of silly as well, but it is what it is. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Alright, so next page. We see a Toto basically, I guess smashing down on like the ball on the thing. And basically having replaced his left arm, Toto changed the activation condition for his technique from applause to the collision between the wooden box and the metal teeth of the vibra slapped. This allows him to now activate his swap technique roughly 50 times in a second. Though that is crazy. Like how much of a you said 50 times a second. How long is a second? Oh yeah, that's too many numbers. I just try to check it. That's too many numbers. But basically, in 1 minute.
Shopify helps you sell smarter at every stage of your business. Create a custom store.
I need to get YouTube TV
and get the best converting checkout on the planet. Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Switch today at shopify.com/YouTube audio.
Sorry about that. I need to get YouTube TV. Not YouTube TV, YouTube Prime or whatever it's called. But basically, there's 60 seconds in a minute. This man's Toto basically can do his swap ability, Boogie Woogie, like 50 times. So he can do a total of hold on, 60 times 50. Yeah, it's like he can totally do it a total of 3,000 times. Is that math correct? Let me know if that math is correct. If it is, that's honestly crazy. It's honestly crazy how like time works in like manga anime. Like 1 second seems like a minute. But we can also see like with Toto doing it, like it's being swapped, and you see everybody swapping like a roulette. It's honestly crazy. And now we see the total shenanigans, and it looks like a battle sequence here. I don't know what this is. I'm trying to figure out what this is. This might be. Okay, this is Toto's Viber slap. Is the percussion instrument. This is Yuji's face and Sukuna's face, and looks like they swapped. So Toto swapped with Toto swapped with Sukuna. Yuji swapped with Toto.
Sell to your customers
and
anywhere
oh my
with
god,
Shopify,
bro.
the commerce platform designed for entrepreneurs. Online,
Hold
on
on.
social, in person, and on the go. Get the
I'm
tools
sorry,
you
y'all.
need to sell the way you want. Powered by Shopify.
The YouTube ads are killing me, bro. The YouTube ads are killing me. They're distracting me. Sorry. But yeah, no, yeah, we see here that, yeah, that's basically what happened. Toto activates his Boogie Woogie ability, and they probably swapped again, just as Sukuna's about to punch Yuji. Oh yeah, so they swapped each other, and then Toto swaps Yuji. Okay, I see what happened. Yeah, that's the thing about Boogie Woogie. It's so disorienting, so you can't really tell what happens. So by imposing a binding vow onto himself, limiting the amount of swaps in proportion to the oscillations of the Beaver slapped, his ability to have multiple targets along with his effective range has expanded. That's great. So Boogie Woogie got an extra boost, which is great. After fine-tuning his technique with Okotsu's help at the large Lake Gosho colony, Toto proceeded to successfully retrieve his allies who were trapped within Malevolent Shrine, which is great because after the last chapter, it was left in the air whether everybody else survived. The only person that unfortunately perished was Chozo. And as we can see, back into the fights. None matches egocentricity among the sorcerers. He's surely the peskiest. I must admit, he appeared exactly when I least wanted him to. And it looks like Sukuna is leading him on to like a better place of more advantage to him. Oh, cool. And then Toto jumps and then basically swaps places with Sukuna. As Toto tries to attacks, Sukuna dodges in mid-air, which looks like he leapt in mid-air. As long as I know he's capable of that, knowing how can wait. Okay, so just taking a mental note of it. And Yuji picking up a rock here. I love the paneling here. It's really great. It's a nice flow. The nice little wind up. Yuji picking up the rock. Yuji's making the face, and then releasing it. And then we'll see, which leads it to the end of the page, and then it sees like the rock, which then swaps. And then Yuji just does it. I remember seeing a post that this is like a reference to the anime and Shibuya arc when Toto and Yuji were fighting Mahito, because Toto did like basically did the same thing, or Yuji did the same thing, except Toto did like the kick instead. And see Yuji go ahead and wham the fuck out of them, but then Sukuna gains the upper hand and tries to slam dunk his nephew under the ground. But then Toto says, "Cut that out." And it's crazy. This is another reason. This panel is like right here because you can see Toto uses his boogie woogie 1, 2, 3 times, which matches up with the 3 times that you see the panels here. So the first time to save Yuji from being slammed, the second time for Yuji to go up behind him to teleport Yuji to like attack from behind, and then the third time to like attack Sukuna from a different angle. And then basically we see like a nice little panel here with like the 3 of them just facing up against each other like in a roulette, which is, I believe, is also another reference to the Sukuna and Magaraga fight, where they did that standoff pose, which is a great fight. I should definitely recommend checking that out. Sukuna says he can swap as much or as little as he like, all with one tap. The fact that he can regulate it at will makes adapting to Bukui essentially impossible. Yeah, so there's no use to getting used to it, and it makes sense Sukuna, figure out. And it's nice to see that here in this panel you can see like, the boogie woogie effect where like just constantly switching and like Sukuna's just trying to like, it just on the just hanging there by a thread. He's just trying to survive at this point. And yeah, there's one single instance where I can definitely read his timing. And we see Toto about to activate Boogie Woogie again, and then Yuji just slams in and takes advantage of everything. And so it looks like they're taking everything outside. The Brat's focus is starting to sharpen even more. Their movement, this is it. Basically whenever Yuji gets to is at his highest concentration, that's when they attack. And they basically believe that they're going for a feint, and basically right here in this panel they're doing like a little, not a flashback, but a reference to other moments where they do a feint at like the most crucial moments. And Sukuna was there at the time, so it makes sense for him to like expect that. And then Sukuna goes there and try to strike him here. And I believe if like Sukuna actually was able to like hit Yuji there and like guess right, then this probably would have been a black flash because that focus he got there. And then Yuji comes out and tries to attack as well. And now we see something here coming from the distance, and it looks like it's Mei Mei's crow. And so Sukuna thinks that Toto's gonna swap with the crow there, and Sukuna attacks the crow. And Toto hits the Viper swap, but nothing happens. Just like so, his Boogie Woogie is just the same. He can like activate. He can choose when to actually use it, and choose to actually use it, or choose to like hit the swap out. Basically like a whole lot of deception. That's one of the great things about Boogie Woogie, is why it's just a great technique. As see here, Sukuna just surprised that no, they didn't swap. And then Toto says 3 whole layers of deception. That's crazy. It's like a swap. It's like a deception within deception with another deception type thing. And then we got my boy Yuji here with the black flash, and then uses calls to grab Sukuna in his chest with his already damaged heart. Crazy. And now we got this boy. Dude, this is a crazy good pose here. Yeah, Yuji's trying to grab the heart. Is he grabbing? I don't know what's happening here, but it looks like Yuji's really trying to like, take Sukuna's heart out. That's probably what's happening here. Look at that rage in his eyes. Gege did a great job. And then we see Sukuna about to pull out his domain expansion. But Sukuna's incredible efficiency meant that despite his cursed energy levels dropping to that of Okotsu Yuta, which is interesting because Yuta has like great cursed energy, so But if you were to recover his burnout technique, he will be able to utilize domain expansion as many times as needed. And then we hear the domain expansion, and at first I thought this was Sukuna doing him saying the domain expansion, but you know, but it wasn't. It was actually somebody else activated the domain expansion. And what then befell Sukuna was a vision of a man he had buried with his own hands, the departed spirit of the strongest. There's no mistaking those eyes. Yeah, no, that is definitely a great chapter there. There's just so much stuff there that, first off, like these past few chapters have been really great. Yuji just doing the whole back-to-back. Past four chapters have been great. Yuji doing like 7 to 8 black flashes on Sukuna, him awakening Cleave, and blood manipulation. The next chapter, Sukuna just basically pulls out Malevolent Shrine, and Malevolent Shrine, and then Yuji learns that uses simple domain, new shadow school style, whatever it's called, simple domain, which ups like the Yuji skills. And then Sukuna pulls out Furnace, and we learn what the fuck that ability is, and and then we lose Chozo, but we get Toto back, which is great. And then we see Toto just coming back, and Toto always comes back at the right time for Yuji to give him that reassurance and pick him back up when Yuji's about to lose faith and everything. And that's one of the reasons why I love Toto. He's like a great character for that. And plus his new version of his Boogie Woogie is great as well. And it's so silly too, but that's one of the things I love about manga and anime is that they make something that seems silly seems like pretty good. And I can really feel like this is it's really about to come at a point where Sukuna's on his last legs, basically what I'm trying to get at. Because with Toto being here and the Boogie Woogie, even Sukuna himself is saying that he's not really going to be used to this. Maybe if he still was able to use his techniques, if Toto showed up later, then he may have a better chance against Toto. But now at this point, this is the worst time for Toto to be here. And with the deception that's Toto, his what is it, 5,000 level IQ that this man has, it's honestly going to be impossible for Sukuna to come back to this. And but the more interesting part about this entire chapter is the final page, where it alludes to Gojo being back. And a lot of a lot of people are expecting the Gojo to be back, and honestly I can't really see how Gojo would be back. It's very hard to say, to be honest. And maybe I'll make another video about possibilities of him coming back or whether he will come back, but I don't think that he is actually coming back. I think this is, and I think this could be several things. Either something with Yuta, because Yuta is a relative of Gojo, they're long distance cousins, and so maybe Yuta did a body swap training with Gojo before he passed and learned the six eyes or whatever it's called. But I don't know. how that works. I figured that, you know, if anybody could learn it, it would be Yuta. Um, because Yuta already did the whole learning the did the body swap with Yuji, so Gojo would be one. But another thing could also be Gojo, you know, did like a whole special binding vow that will only work after his death once a certain condition has been made, where like his domain expansion will like open up or something like that, which will work in a favor to help out with bringing Megami out of the body, out of like, or bringing Megami up to the forefront, excuse me, in order for them to like gain control over the body again. And so yeah, so I don't think that Gojo will actually be back. I mean, if he does, I mean, they did bring his body back. If he does, I think, like, I feel like it wouldn't make sense to bring Gojo back for several reasons. And, you know, one of those reasons that Gojo's whole purpose ever since, you know, ever since he said from the beginning of the series, up, you know, even in the flashback, the hidden inventory arc, the whole purpose that he had for becoming a Jujutsu sorcerer, and like teaching the next generation is to build up a generation of, you know, high, like, special grade that can work together with each other. Because Gojo, his whole character is like, you know, even though he's the strongest, he's alone at the top, and he doesn't want anybody to feel like that, you know, even the next generation feel like that. So that's why, and he recognized that Sukuna being the strongest, like, he's like at the top, he's alone, and he needs people, need him to share with them. Like, if Sukuna had people who were equal to him, he probably wouldn't be like this, honestly. And honestly, and him and Yuji are kind of like, you know, like mirrors of each other, and that's what I love most about, you know, these type of like series, like especially the bad guy good guy types, with that their duality. Like, this is what like Sukuna is actually what Yuji could be if he didn't, you know, meet Megami or Gojo or anything like that. Like, he could literally be like the next Sukuna if he didn't. But yeah, yeah, I think Gojo being revived will defeat the, like, his death will, the effect of his death will be lessened, because his whole purpose, like, he's already won, because like he's already cultivated a generation of like really strong sorcerers, like Maki. She's like next Toji, or probably actually even more than Toji, because she's facing off against that man Sukuna's. Like, she's air jumping with him. This is crazy, air stepping. Yuta, he's super strong and amazing, like curse energy reserves. He's got like a copy technique. He's got Rika. He's got a really amazing domain expansion, which is like a really cool concept. Got Yuji. You know how Yuji is. He's basically the go. He's fight people off the hands. Like, he has durable body. He's there. Hikari, he's got a really great domain expansion. Toto is pretty great too. A really smart dude that knows how to like use his technique. And Megami, if he, you know, gets his act right, Megami could actually be pretty great too. But I don't think Gojo should actually come back. I think it's just like some other thing that Sukuna's actually seeing. Either Sukuna's on his deathbed, because his deathbed, and he's seeing like hallucinations of like Gojo, or this is actually somebody else, like either Yuta or Gojo he activated a plan before he died. But overall, this is a great chapter. I really enjoyed this chapter. Thank you everyone that stopped by. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more of this stuff, please give a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all the guys in the next video. Bye.